Hello everyone. We're so glad to see you on our channel today. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss out on our latest travel updates. Now, are you an American adventurer with a wanderlust heart? Ready to jet off and explore new corners of the globe? Hold up. The travel scene is shifting, and some destinations might not be as eager to roll out the welcome mat as you might think. In this eye-opening video, we're unveiling 12 countries where Americans could face unexpected roadblocks in 2025. From potential travel bans to rising political tensions, these spots could turn your dream vacation into a major headache. Stick around as we break down the why behind the changing tides and explore why these countries might not be on your bucket list this year. But before we dive in, a quick reminder: the political and travel landscape is constantly evolving. What's true today could change overnight. That's why staying updated and doing your homework before booking that next flight is more important than ever. Now, let's jump into the countries where you might face a little more turbulence than you expected. Here our list starts with Nigeria, which is in 12th place. Nigeria, one of Africa's most vibrant and culturally rich countries, boasting bustling cities, stunning landscapes, and a fascinating history. From the lively streets of Lagos to the awe-inspiring beauty of the Niger River, Nigeria has much to offer for the curious traveler. But before you pack your bags, there's something important you need to know. Certain regions in the northeast of the country are considered high risk for travelers due to security concerns. While Nigeria overall is a country of immense diversity, some areas, particularly in the northern and northeastern parts, face challenges with instability. Certain groups have caused disruptions, and the presence of armed groups in these areas has made them less safe for travelers. The U.S. government has issued travel warnings for specific regions, advising American citizens to exercise caution or reconsider visiting altogether. If you're planning a trip to Nigeria, it's crucial to stay informed about the local conditions and keep up to date with travel advisories. What might seem like a promising adventure could quickly turn into a risky situation if you venture into these high-risk zones. This is why, while Nigeria offers incredible opportunities for exploration, it's essential to approach travel to this nation with a serious awareness of the areas to avoid and the potential challenges you may face. So, if Nigeria is on your list of destinations, make sure to do your homework, plan carefully, and always prioritize safety over excitement. Remember, it's not just about the destination, it's about making sure your journey is as safe as it is memorable. Next, we have in 11th place this country, Libya. Libya is a nation with a rich history, home to ancient ruins, stunning Mediterranean beaches, and a unique cultural heritage. Its landscapes include vast deserts, scenic coastlines, and historical treasures like the UNESCO-listed ruins of Leptis Magna. Despite its beauty and potential for an unforgettable travel experience, Libya has faced ongoing challenges in recent years that affect its stability. For more than a decade, the country has experienced periods of instability, which have impacted governance and security. Local conditions can vary, and some regions face greater challenges than others. Due to these factors, the U.S. government has closed its embassy, and American citizens are strongly advised to reconsider travel to Libya due to safety concerns. Although Libya's ancient ruins and coastal landscapes are incredibly appealing, the current situation requires travelers to be cautious. Staying informed through official travel advisories is essential before making any decisions about visiting. In conclusion, while Libya offers rich cultural and historical attractions, the ongoing challenges to its stability make it a destination that requires careful planning and awareness. If you decide to visit, ensure that your safety is prioritized, and stay up to date with the latest travel information to help make your journey both memorable and secure. Further, we have in 10th place, Belarus. Belarus, a landlocked country in Eastern Europe, is known for its rich history, stunning natural landscapes, and charming towns. Minsk, the capital, is famous for its wide boulevards and Soviet-era architecture, offering a unique look into the country's past. However, recent political developments have made Belarus a more closed-off nation, particularly after the controversial 2020 presidential election. Since then, the country has faced significant political unrest, with protests and a harsh government response. While Belarus remains a destination for those interested in its history and culture, the current political climate presents challenges for travelers. The U.S. government has issued strong travel advisories, warning of risks such as arbitrary detentions and arrests of foreign nationals, particularly those critical of the government. Travelers may find themselves detained unexpectedly, especially if they engage in activities seen as politically sensitive. Although it is still possible to visit Belarus, it is important to stay informed about the latest travel warnings and exercise caution. The country's limited freedoms and unpredictable political situation require visitors to be extra careful. If you decide to travel, be sure to follow local laws closely, avoid political discussions, and stay up to date on any changes in the situation. In conclusion, while Belarus offers intriguing cultural and natural attractions, its political instability and potential risks make it a destination that requires careful planning and awareness. Prioritizing safety and staying informed can help ensure a smooth and secure trip. Next, we have in 9th place, Myanmar. Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, is a country rich in cultural heritage, with stunning temples, beautiful landscapes, and vibrant traditions. Famous sites like the Shwedagon Pagoda and the ancient city of Bagan draw many visitors. However, recent political upheaval has dramatically affected the situation in the country, making travel increasingly complicated. Since the military coup in February 2021, Myanmar has been in a state of political crisis, with the military overthrowing the elected government. This has led to widespread protests and civil unrest, creating an unstable and unpredictable environment. The U.S. government has imposed sanctions due to human rights concerns, and the country's infrastructure and services have been strained. Although Myanmar is still technically open to tourists, travel is difficult and risky. Restrictions are in place, and conditions can change quickly. Foreign nationals may face challenges, including disruptions in transportation and limited access to essential services. It is crucial to stay informed about the latest travel advisories and understand the regions most affected by unrest. In conclusion, Myanmar offers rich cultural experiences but presents significant challenges for travelers due to its ongoing political crisis. If you choose to visit, be sure to plan carefully, stay up to date with local developments, and prioritize your safety. Next, we have in 8th place, Afghanistan. Afghanistan, with its rich history and cultural heritage, has long been a crossroads of civilizations, featuring ancient sites like the Buddhas of Bamiyan and the city of Herat. Its diverse landscapes, from mountains to deserts, offer scenic beauty. However, despite its potential as a travel destination, Afghanistan remains deeply unstable. Although it has been years since the U.S. military withdrawal in 2021, Afghanistan continues to struggle with political instability and insecurity. While aid workers, journalists, and humanitarian organizations still operate in the country, tourism is nearly non-existent. The lack of security and ongoing volatility make Afghanistan a highly risky place to visit. Traveling in Afghanistan is difficult due to limited infrastructure, frequent instability, and the absence of reliable security. The U.S. government strongly advises against visiting due to the dangers posed by the volatile situation. Healthcare is scarce, and emergency support for foreign nationals is minimal. In conclusion, Afghanistan's rich history is overshadowed by its current instability, making it a destination to avoid. For your safety, it's best to explore other regions until the situation improves. Next, we have in 7th place, Saudi Arabia. Known for its religious significance as the home of Mecca and Medina, Saudi Arabia has recently been opening up to international tourism as part of its Vision 2030 plan. While the country boasts impressive attractions like the Empty Quarter Desert and modern landmarks such as the King Abdulaziz Center, there are still significant challenges for American travelers. The strict visa process remains a key hurdle, with complex requirements and limited access to certain areas like Mecca and Medina, which are restricted to Muslims. Additionally, visitors must adhere to conservative dress codes and behavioral expectations. Saudi Arabia also faces international criticism over human rights issues, such as restrictions on free speech and women's rights. While reforms have been made, such as allowing women to drive, some concerns remain. As a result, American travelers may face extra scrutiny. To travel safely, it's essential to stay updated on official advisories from sources like the U.S. State Department. In conclusion, while Saudi Arabia offers cultural and historical allure, travelers should be prepared for its strict policies and political landscape. Next, we have in sixth place, Syria. Once home to some of the Middle East's most significant cultural landmarks, including ancient ruins and UNESCO World Heritage Sites like Palmyra, Syria is now defined by ongoing conflict and instability. Since the civil war began in 2011, the country has been in a state of devastation, with military activity still widespread and infrastructure severely damaged. The situation remains volatile, with various factions controlling different regions. The presence of extremist groups and constant violence makes Syria an incredibly dangerous destination for foreign travelers. The U.S. government strongly advises against travel to Syria, and obtaining a visa is highly unlikely. Even if granted, the risks involved, ranging from armed conflict to limited access to basic services, make the country exceptionally perilous. For those interested in Syria's history, it's important to recognize the serious dangers of traveling there. The unstable security situation, along with the lack of diplomatic support, makes it a destination to avoid. Given the current circumstances, it's recommended to explore Syria's rich cultural heritage through safer alternatives. Next, we have in fifth place Cuba. Cuba, known for its vibrant culture, rich history, and beautiful landscapes, remains a captivating destination for many travelers. From the colorful streets of Havana to the picturesque beaches of Varadero, Cuba offers a unique experience. However, it presents challenges for American tourists due to its political and economic situation. While travel restrictions have eased in recent years, U.S. citizens still face limitations on why and how they can visit. Most travelers must fall under specific categories like family visits or educational activities, and leisure travel is still regulated. Additionally, trade restrictions mean that access to certain goods and services, including banking and currency exchange, can be difficult. The political relationship between the U.S. and Cuba continues to be tense, with changes in U.S. policies often affecting travel. The Cuban government also controls much of the tourism industry, meaning foreign visitors may be restricted in terms of accommodations and activities. Practical issues, such as limited internet access and challenges with credit cards, can also make travel more difficult. In conclusion, while Cuba offers a fascinating travel experience, U.S. citizens need to carefully navigate the restrictions and plan accordingly. Always check the latest regulations before making travel arrangements to ensure a smooth and legal trip. Next, in fourth place, we have Russia. Known for its vast history, iconic landmarks like the Kremlin and Hermitage, and stunning landscapes, Russia has long been a major draw for travelers seeking its rich cultural heritage. The country's artistic achievements and architectural marvels make it a fascinating destination. However, recent political tensions have made it a more difficult and risky place to visit for American tourists. Following geopolitical events, Russia has become increasingly hostile toward American visitors. Diplomatic relations between the U.S. and Russia have soured, prompting the U.S. State Department to issue multiple travel warnings. In response, Russia has limited U.S. diplomatic operations, reducing consular services and complicating travel for U.S. citizens. Americans choosing to visit should be aware of heightened scrutiny at borders and the potential for delays or detainment. Strict laws on foreign media, political activities, and public dissent mean even minor actions could attract unwanted attention. Practical challenges like limited banking services, restricted internet access, and the language barrier can further complicate travel. In conclusion, while Russia offers rich cultural experiences, its current political climate makes it a challenging destination for Americans. Visitors should be prepared for scrutiny, logistical hurdles, and stay updated on travel advisories to ensure a smoother trip. Next, in third place, we have Venezuela. Once one of the wealthiest nations in South America, Venezuela is now struggling with a severe political and economic crisis. Known for its stunning natural beauty, From the Andes Mountains to the Caribbean coast, Venezuela is still home to remarkable landscapes. However, the current instability makes it a difficult and risky destination, particularly for American tourists. The U.S. government has imposed extensive sanctions on Venezuela, and diplomatic relations between the two countries have soured. The U.S. Embassy in Caracas has significantly reduced its operations, leaving American travelers without reliable consular support. In case of emergencies, such as illness, theft, or legal trouble, getting assistance is extremely difficult, which makes traveling there highly problematic. Venezuela's economic crisis has led to hyperinflation, widespread shortages of food, medicine, and basic goods, and a collapse in public services. This has created an environment of insecurity, where even daily life is a struggle. Many areas, including the capital Caracas, are known for high crime rates, further complicating any travel plans. The country's infrastructure is in disrepair, with unreliable electricity, water, and transportation systems. While Venezuela still offers some of South America's most breathtaking natural sights, like Angel Falls and the Amazon rainforest, visiting them is challenging due to the lack of infrastructure and high levels of uncertainty. Political unrest can flare up at any time, adding to the unpredictability. In conclusion, despite its natural beauty, Venezuela's current political, economic, and security challenges make it a high-risk destination for most travelers, particularly Americans. The lack of consular support, coupled with crime, infrastructure issues, and political instability, make it a place to approach with extreme caution or avoid altogether. Next, in second place, we have Iran. Rich in history, stunning architecture, and vibrant culture, Iran offers attractions like the ancient ruins of Persepolis, the bazaars of Isfahan, and the poetic city of Shiraz. However, for American travelers, Iran poses significant challenges and risks. The relationship between the US and Iran has been tense for decades, leading to travel bans and restrictions for American citizens. Obtaining a visa for Iran can be difficult, and even if granted, the U.S. government strongly advises against travel due to the risk of detention or arrest. Travelers are warned of potential harassment or detention, especially considering the political climate. Iran has strict laws and customs that visitors must follow. Women, for example, are required to wear a hijab in public, and behaviors such as drinking alcohol or inappropriate dress can lead to legal consequences. The country's conservative legal framework makes it essential for travelers to understand local norms and adhere strictly to them to avoid any issues. Additionally, there is a real risk of arbitrary detentions or increased scrutiny, particularly for American nationals. The lack of a U.S. embassy means that consular support is limited, and in case of emergencies, obtaining assistance can be extremely difficult. While Iran is a country with rich cultural and historical value, the combination of diplomatic tensions, strict regulations, and the risk of detention make it a high-risk destination for Americans. If you do choose to visit, be fully prepared, stay informed, and exercise caution. Always check for the latest travel advisories to ensure your safety during your trip. Next, in first place, we have North Korea. Officially the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, DPRK, it is one of the most isolated countries in the world, known for strict government control and limited interaction with outsiders. While its unique political landscape may attract some, North Korea presents significant risks for American travelers. Tensions between North Korea and the US have been high for years, leading to severe travel restrictions. Americans are not allowed to travel independently. Any visit must be arranged through a government-approved tour operator, with tourists accompanied by a government-appointed guide who closely monitors their activities. Even with organized tours, visiting North Korea remains risky. The political situation is volatile, and the country is tightly controlled. Tourists must adhere to strict rules, such as limitations on photography, movement, and interaction with locals, and any violation could result in detention or deportation. Additionally, without a U.S. embassy in North Korea, Americans have no access to consular support. This absence of diplomatic assistance increases the risk, especially in emergencies. In conclusion, While North Korea offers a rare glimpse into a highly controlled regime, its travel restrictions, lack of freedom, and unpredictable political environment make it a destination best avoided. The risks of surveillance, limited support, and volatile conditions outweigh any potential intrigue. And there you have it, 12 countries where American travelers might face unexpected challenges in 2025. Whether it's due to political tensions, travel restrictions, or evolving diplomatic situations, these destinations may not be as welcoming as they once were. But don't let this discourage your wanderlust. Always stay informed, check the latest travel advisories, and make sure to plan your trips carefully. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our latest updates. Safe travels, and we'll see you in the next video.